What's going on, guys? Back here with another video, and today we are in the beautiful state of Arizona. So yesterday I was in Gallup, New Mexico, and my hours ended there. I completed my full 70 hours there, and I couldn't get hours up until today at like 1 a.m. today. So I started driving today around like 6 in the morning, and I stopped in Flagstaff at the Little America truck stop, and I had some breakfast there. And now we're driving again, heading to Los Angeles, California. Amazing scenery. But those of you that actually are truckers and know this 40 from Flagstaff, well, I should say from Kingman to Flagstaff, it's a shitty ass ride. The road is terrible on that side. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about how I got into trucking, how I started. So those that don't know me, my name is Efren, and I am 26 years old. I got into trucking ever since I got out of high school. So as soon as I turned 18, I got my CDL with no restrictions, and I started working right away as soon as I got done with high school. The reason why I got into trucking was because my father is a trucker, and all his brothers were truckers, and it's just I don't know, it's just a family thing, I guess. But the main reason why I got into trucking was because I hated school, and I did not want to go to college. I did not want to get into any type of debt with schooling, because I would see my teachers and I would actually talk to them, and most of them would actually tell me, I mean, these were teachers that were like old already, like in their 40s, 50s, and they would literally tell me that they're still in debt, they're still paying their student loans. And it's like, do I really want to be at an all-day job and still have these student loans? Like, no. And I hated school. Like, I literally graduated high school with like about 250 or 60 unexcused absences, and I still graduated. I hated it so much. I hated school so much. It's just not for me. So I found it really easy just to just get into a truck and drive and make money. So that's how I started. And since my dad was a trucker, he had his own truck, he had his own company, I started with him, and I've been working with him ever since. At first, to me, it was super easy because, one, I was single, two, I didn't have a family, and I mean, I was just working and making money, and I really didn't mind it. I mean, I was going home every night because I had to be local, but when I started going over the road, I didn't mind it at all because I was traveling across the country. I got to visit New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Orlando, Miami, Tampa, Texas, anywhere, Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, San Antonio, Laredo, McAllen. I went to Phoenix. I got to, I mean, I've always been to Phoenix ever since I was a little kid with my parents. But I mean, I know Phoenix. I've been able to go to the Grand Canyon, Flagstaff, Arizona. I've gotten to explore San Francisco. I've gotten to explore Los Angeles, Fresno, California, San Diego, California. So you basically get the point. And those main spots that I told you about, like, you obviously need to drive through other states to get to those destinations. For example, going to Cali, you have to drive through Iowa, you have to drive through it depends which way you go. You could either drive through the Dakotas, you could drive through Nebraska, you could drive through Denver, you could drive through Oklahoma, you could drive through Texas, New Mexico, Arizona. Like, there's so many different routes that you can take. You could go through Utah. So that's another one too that I've actually got to explore, was Salt Lake, Utah. For the longest time I never had been there, and I finally had gone, and I got to visit, and I liked it. It was a really nice experience. Huge mountains out there, beautiful. The only place that I have not trucked to is Seattle, Washington. I have not been to Seattle, Washington, so that's the one that I need to go sometime in my career. Ever since I started trucking over the road, I've been a tourist. Like, that's how I looked at this job, as a tourist. When my daughter was born, I was still trucking over the road, and there was actually 2 false alarms while I was on the road. My girl had called me, and she thought like she needed to go to the hospital because she thought she was gonna have our kid. And one of them was when I was in Texas, and I was literally gonna catch a flight to go back home because I did not want to miss that experience. How could I miss my daughter being born? Like, no. So that was a false alarm. And another one was when I was out here, like in Nebraska, somewhere in Nebraska, but that was a false alarm too. I've been trucking over the road ever since I got out of high school, so this is the only thing I've done. Daughter was born, you know, I stayed at home for a week or 2, and I needed to get back to work, so I went back to work. And I mean, it wasn't hard going back to work because, like, you don't have a relationship yet with your baby. It's, you know, you just know, like, that's your baby, you know, like you're building a relationship and you're building a bond with your baby. So it wasn't hard because, you know, the baby, like, doesn't, you know, talk back to you, doesn't ask you for things, like, you know what I mean, like how my daughter does now is what I'm trying to say. Like, now my daughter calls me daddy, calls her mom mommy. Now she knows. She asks for me, like, where's daddy? She says bye daddy. She says hi daddy. She says let's call daddy. So it's really hard, especially now that she is at this point of age, because when I leave home, she starts crying, and she doesn't like to see me leave or see her mom leave the door. She wants to come with us. So it's really, really hard for me to leave home to go to work now. But I mean, it is what it is. I have to work, and one day she will know the sacrifices that her mom and I had to go through in order to provide a better life for her and to have just a better life for all of us. So yeah, it's hard having a daughter and being gone from home like I am 7 to 10, 12 days at a time over the road, not being able to see your family for that long. And every time you step foot out of that door, I mean, that's how I feel when I leave. But I don't know if this happens to other truckers too, but it's hard to say, but like, you don't know if you're gonna make it back home. Like, there's just so much that can go wrong out here on the road. Like, someone can hit you, you can hit someone, one of your tires can blow out and you can cause a huge accident, or who knows, you could fall off a bridge, you could fall asleep and fall off a bridge. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. Your truck can catch on fire while you're sleeping, and there's just a lot of things that can go wrong, and you never know if you'll make it back home. That's my little behind the scenes, I should say. 4 hours and 15 minutes to Barstow, California. gonna stop there and wash the truck at the Little Sisters truck wash and hang out there for a bit, and then deliver tomorrow morning in Los Angeles, right over here. Okay, so we finally made it to Barstow, California. I'm currently at the Little Sisters truck wash. It's packed today. Everyone wants to wash. I need to wash, but I'm gonna get one probably later tonight when it's not that packed. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go eat at the Mexican restaurant over there. Go through those little trees right there. I'm gonna go get me my enchiladas because I'm hungry. There it is, Little Sisters. Oh yeah. That's the restaurant right there, Maria's. Hot. It's like 110 degrees out here. Ugh. Yeah, so I decided to come to the stores here in Barstow, the outlets. Nike, Polo, Bali, Coach. I parked right over there. So let's go. Okay, so them outlet stores were whack as fuck, and now I am at the Loves. I'm gonna hop in the shower. Yeah, because it is hot outside and yuck. I need to be clean. So when this is shower, this is what it looks like in here. This one is not the cleanest, but I mean it does the job, so not too bad. Get freshened up. I'm just noticing that there is no fucking hanger for the towel. They used to be right there. Are you fucking stupid? Like, I'm gonna have to get out of the shower all wet, walk all the way, and grab it from there. Oh my. Guys, finally out of the shower. Feels amazing, man. Oh. Time to go to the summer now. I'm gonna stay here in Barstow for the night, and I'm gonna take off early around 3 to 3:30 in the morning to get to my delivery in Los Angeles on time. And yeah, I'm just gonna chill for the rest of the evening. Check out my 511 shirt. Oh yeah, those are bullets. Parked over here on the dirt lot because in there it was packed as crap.